Hi, James. Thank you for taking this time to talk to us. Now, your October trading update described the reopening of the business, a business on track for the full year. Is it business as usual, or have there been fundamental adaptations to the way you go around your business?
Yeah. Firstly, hi Fiona, lovely to talk to you again. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I think we're still working it out. I mean, it was very pronounced, as we sort of mentioned, between the first half and the second half year performance and expected performance. So all of our agencies are phenomenally busy. They're going to be phenomenally busy in that lead up to sort of the Christmas period. And I suppose the key differences have just been about getting the right balance. And I do think it's a red herring when a lot of people are talking about working from home and opening the offices, because it's not about that. It's just about making sure that we're offering flexible working, because we are a people business. I firmly believe that our most important interactions are face to face, certainly when we're discussing creative challenges and we're actually sort of, looking through strategic options for our clients. The power of doing that face to face is unsurpassed. But not needing to do that sort of every day, so hybrid comes into it and all this kind of stuff. But again, they're all sort of red herrings. So we're just focusing a lot on making sure that we're providing safe environments, but we're getting the right balance for all of our employees, because we know that people are obviously king at the moment. Resources and the talent that we have are critical to the future success of our business. So we're investing a lot in how we approach this next phase, if you like, of the opening up of the economy.
You recently launched what you've called the Mission Brand Bonding Index. Do you want to explain to us what that is and how it fits with the rest of the business model?
Yeah, I'll probably take the second part of the question first. In the maturing of the mission as a brand, as an entity in its own right, the next stage of that was just our own proprietary thinking, and the Mission Brand Bonding Index allows us to do that, to talk about that, to showcase the capability we have within the group, but also just to take a point of view, take a little bit more of a stronger sort of sense of thought leadership in our industry, because we believe that actually, if brands want to succeed, they've got to nurture bonds with consumers, and that's on a multivariable basis. So it's through their customer experience, it's also through service, identity, communications. Purpose is obviously a big part. Just seeing all of this with regards to COP and the ESG credentials of all of these companies. And so we launched the Mission Brand Bonding Index to give a score using our own proprietary algorithm to that myriad of variables. So there's around about nearly 40,000 data points that we've done. We've done it in conjunction with YouGov and Brandwatch. And people can access it through the Mission website, and you basically go in, you will choose a brand from certain sectors. There's multiple verticals in there, different sectors that we've assessed, and you will drill down on that score, but you will have a comparator, so you can see how Apple compares with Facebook, how within the utilities industry, Octopus Energy is taking a lead over maybe some of the other more well-known competitors. So it gives us a platform, as I say, to talk about these important brand bonds, which cover all of those variables. But it's the first time we've done it. So it's a biannual study. We'll be running it again in the first quarter of next year. And then that will give us very important trend data as well, which we can talk about to our clients and also obviously to the industry at large.
And another development that you've published is the acquisition of London-based agency Soul. What does that add to the Mission Group?
Yeah, I think firstly, it's actually the statement of intent that we've done an acquisition. Obviously, a lot of people in our industry are sort of retrenching and, they're rationalizing the businesses that we've got. We've grown through acquisition. We are an acquisitive group, and it was a fantastic opportunity, and we will continue to do so going forward. Soul historically have worked with Innovation Bubble, one of our other recent acquisitions last year, in the summer of last year. And that's all around understanding consumer behavior and the buying process, but getting into that subconscious decision making that we've talked about before. Soul come at it more from an application of those psychological insights rather than just developing the pure psychological insights which Innovation Bubble does. So in the first instance, there will be a beautiful partner to the likes of Innovation Bubble, but also working with more of our integrated creative agencies, whether that's Story, Chapter or Crow, to deliver the insight across a multivariate customer experience. They're also fit the profile wonderfully of a mission agency. They're hungry, they're entrepreneurial, they're very collaborative, and they're just really good people who, being part of our collective, think that they can take their business to the next level as well. So very excited to have them on board.
Excellent. Now you get a chance to have a look through and see what the agents are seeing and see what the brands are seeing. Are there any market trends that you think we should be looking out for over Q4 and through into FY22?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to steer clear of FY22 because, as we know, a lot can happen in a week at the moment. But I think certainly trends for Q4 that we're seeing, which will go into the first quarter without being flippant, sort of next year as well, is obviously people are getting really tired, I think, of virtual events. Firstly, yes, there is a desire and a lot of client desire to be back face to face. But also the way that we have been digesting those virtual events has changed because we're a bit more time poor now than we were certainly 12 months ago. We might be doing a flexible working role, so we're not at home as much. We don't have the time to digest or indeed take part in those virtual events. So actually people are picking it up on demand. So highlights and I'll digest it in my own time on my own pace is happening more. So I think we'll see less virtual events. Obviously hybrid will still very much be there, but importantly it's all about giving that sort of short form content again that people can digest in their own time. The other thing that we've sort of seen coming through, and I think we'll see more of, is, and again it leads back to just the opening up of society, is retailers fighting back a bit, and also adopting a slightly different approach. And actually our head of events uses this phrase, which I think is really true, is that impact always trumps equivalence. So, having your online and your offline experience mirror each other when we can now touch and feel it, probably not necessarily always the right strategy. And Gucci have just done a phenomenal thing, which I would encourage you to sort of look at just to see how this sort of manifests itself in Shoreditch. It's the Gucci Circolo, probably got that wrong, but it's basically all things Gucci. You immerse yourselves in their view of the world, whether obviously it's the approach to design, but the smells, the sound, and it's something that cannot be translated online. It has to be that immersive experience. But then you're buying into, and going back to those brand bonds again, you're bonding with the brand again in a way that you can never do when it's a remote relationship. So I think we're really going to start to see immersive retail experiences, but not permanent. These pop-ups become more immersive retail experiences, really come to the fore over the next few months.
Fascinating. We should look out for those. Thank you very much, James.
Great. Thanks very much, Anne. Love to talk to you again.